we have a team all up of around 30 people, and so that includes archaeologists but also people dealing with artefacts, excavator operators, people doing mapping, planning, those sorts of things. So a whole range of activities are going on site on any one day.
I'm studying at La Trobe University in my third year of study, doing a Bachelor of Arts. I feel like it's such a hands-on thing that, being out there, how to trowel properly, how to bag artefacts, all that sort of stuff. The practical experience it's made it a lot easier.
Well, I hope to learn a lot more about Melbourne's past and its history and its heritage, and a sense of involvement as well with what's a great project, being part of the community.
So all artefacts are retrieved through sieves, or when they're found when we're troweling in the ground. They then get washed, they get bagged, so we know exactly where they came from, because these sites can be very complex. And then they go through a process of management in the Artefact Management Centre.
So once they're dried and cleaned, they go to me, the artefact manager, and I do a little bit of preliminary research and also record some of the basic characteristics that will help with dating and placing the objects. So that all goes into a database, and then eventually I will do an analysis on the assemblage, and that's put together with the information from excavation, and it goes into the final report. So hopefully we can come up with a kind of cohesive story of what went on site and who lived here.
I'm undertaking the first aid conservation for the Melbourne Metro site, and that means that I'm stabilising objects when they come out of the ground so that they'll last as long as possible. The most unstable things are organic, so we're looking at textiles, wood, leather, and we're finding those materials on the site. Those materials need to be refrigerated as soon as possible, and that's because if you let them dry out, they will change shape and they'll lose the form that will tell you the story, and that's what we want the story.
What works in our favour as archaeologists is that in the early days of occupation of Melbourne, there was actually no formal rubbish removal. In those days, people really had no choice but to push it to the back of their property. So that works in our favour because they've left behind a record of how they lived, the sorts of things that they ate, the sorts of objects that they valued. And the sorts of things that we get really excited about is actually they put a lot of things in their cesspits or their toilets, and that's really exciting for us.
To me, when archaeology is most exciting, when it tells us things that we don't already know. So we're hopeful that this project will give us those insights into the way Melbourne was established by the pioneers, how it grew and changed. And the archaeological remains, the artefacts as well as the building remains, are the key to understanding that.
Authorised by Victorian Government, 1 Treasury Place, Melbourne.